Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between, and welcome to another episode of Aunt Millicent's Cooking Show. Welcome back to the show. It's been a very busy spring for me, but I am back and ready to make another show. I got my retro cats on, and I'm ready to go. So tonight we're going to be making a traditional south of the border dish. It's called enchiladas. And you can make these a variety of ways. We're going to make them our way, which we like a whole lot. So without further ado, let's apron up and get started. Okay, let's get right to the ingredients. Now, these ingredients are suggestions. There's all kinds of ways to make these. So this is what I'm going to make tonight. Okay, so the first thing I've got is 1 to 2 pounds of ground beef. You can, if you want a lot, get the 2, obviously. Okay. Next thing is you need a nice big onion. Next thing you need are either corn or flour tortillas. It doesn't matter which one. You can pick one. They're both really good. Corn obviously has a slightly different texture. So whichever one you like. Okay. You're going to need a can of black beans. Okay. This is your standard 15.5 ouncer. You're going to need some sour cream. This is a half cup, 8 ounces. You're going to need some cheddar cheese or any kind of cheese you like, white Mexican cheese, whatever you like. You're going to need, this is a very cheese heavy dish, so get a big one if you got it. Okay, and then you're going to need some enchilada sauce. Okay, this is the stuff that makes it work. Okay, and then we're going to put in some regular chili powder, some of this taco seasoning, and you're going to need some cooking spray to spray the bottom of your pan. Anyway, that's it. Let's get started. Okay, first thing I need you to do is get your big old onion and dice it up. I've done that on the show multiple times, so you know what to do, okay? Okay, y'all, before we start cooking, go ahead and turn on your oven to 350 Fahrenheit. And I've got my stove warmed up here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my ground beef in. And again, however much you want, it's all good. I've got exactly a pound, I think. But you can go a little higher than that if you want, if you like beefy enchiladas. Let's chop that up. And then while you're in it, go ahead and put that onion in, okay? And we're going to cook this down about 5 to 7 minutes till it gets good and brown. And then we're going to add some more things to it, okay? Be right back. All right, y'all, just like that. We are nice and brown. Onions are done. So go ahead and put in a cup of your cheese, whatever it is. And then we're going to put in all of the sour cream, okay? Perfect. There we go. And then finally, we're going to put in this taco mix. It only calls for a tablespoon. So I want to do a little trick here and dip in to this and put this in. If you can put the whole thing in, if you really want it spiced up, it'll be pretty spicy though. Okay, and then throw you a dash of pepper in that. Okay, that's a regular black pepper. Okay, and then all you got to do is stir this up. I'm going to let the cheese melt. Okay, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. Everything is nice and blended up. The cheese is melted. Now, what you're going to have to do is do a little cooking stunt here. I've got 2.5 cups of the enchilada sauce in here. I don't think that's the entire can, but that's a lot. So he's going in there. And finally, we need 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. 1, 2, whoops, it seems like a lot there. 3, close enough. And then the last thing is some salt. So just put it in there and salt to your heart's content, or to your health content. We're going to stir that up and make sure it's all nice and evenly mixed up. This is your enchilada sauce or enchilada inserts that goes inside the tortillas, okay? Looking pretty good. You may want to turn your heat down a little bit because you've got cheese and sour cream in there. You don't want to scorch them, okay? It should have kind of a, I don't know, maybe an orangish, brownish looking texture. Looks great. Okay, so while we stir this up, you can probably go ahead and find your tortillas. And the recipe recommends that you microwave them for a brief time just to get them warmed up, okay? And we're going to move over to the assembly station here in just a minute. Okay, so stir that up real good, make sure it gets good and warm, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, we're going to make do the making of the enchilada parts here, and I'm trying not to make too much of a mess. But I've got my enchiladas warmed up, and there's one of them. And I'm just gonna. This is really pretty easy. I'm going to go over and get my nice sauce, okay, and I'm going to pour it into the shell. No sweat, right? And then I'm going to try to fold it up. Okay, now some people fold them on the bottom, some people fold them. I'm usually not that skilled. Okay, so then I just kind of scoot it up like that, maybe roll it over one more time, and there you go. Okay, so there's one. How many does this make? Well, depends how much sauce you have. So I've warmed up about 8 tortillas. I may go for more than that, we'll see. Serving size, usually, you know, your big hearty person can probably eat about 2 or 3 of these, maybe more, I don't know. So once we get all these in here, what's going to happen is I'm going to pour some more stuff over this. Okay, so be with me, or be patient with me here as I finish these out. I'll be back. Okay, y'all, we're looking good now. I ended up making, gosh, 12? I guess it depends on how big your tortilla is and how much sauce you make. So, you know, go crazy, okay? So the last step is going to be to take that existing sauce, whatever you've got left over. If you have nothing left over, I guess you're just going to have to leave it off. But we're going to put that right on top of all these boys, okay? So go ahead and spoon her out. I may add a little bit more here in a minute, but you get the idea, right? And then the other thing that can go on top of here is you're supposed to have 2 cups of cheese. 1 cup is actually in the enchilada, and the other one is going to go on top. So if I can pick it up, there we go. And that's going to be really good. Whatever cheese you got left over, you know what? Put that stuff on there. Why not? Okay, I'm making a mess. There we go. It's somewhat orderly. And finally, the last ingredient is the black beans, and they can just shuffle right on top of there. Okay. I would probably drain the water a little bit, but it'd be okay if you don't. And there we go. So this is going to go into the oven for about 10-12 minutes, just till you think it's done and everything's good and warm, and then we are done. Okay, so I'll join you in a little bit. We'll see what these look like. All right, y'all, there's your beans and there's your cheese and all the enchilada stuff on top, and they are done. I misspoke earlier when I said 10 to 12. You probably should cook this for like about 20 minutes. That gets it good and done inside. So there you go. You can scoop these out by each individual tortilla and all of the stuff that's on it and serve it that way. So I'm going to serve this to myself and everybody else here very soon. And let's meet you in the dining room, okay? Okay, y'all, we have made it to the dining room and we have finished our enchiladas. So I'm going to give it a sample like I always do. And I've had these before, so I know they're good. They look like this, if you don't know. Very nice. A little bit of spice. Yikes. So remember I said you could substitute a lot of things. So some other suggestions is you can make chicken instead of beef or shrimp instead of chicken and beef. You can also add like bell peppers to this. You can add jalapenos to it. And you can swap out the flour tortillas for the corn, anything you like. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed making enchiladas with me. This is a regular on our rotation these days. We enjoy it immensely. It's really, really easy and it's quick. So it's no sweat at all. So without any further ado, I wish everyone a very happy and healthy bon appetit.